Ollie woke up one morning at dawn, which was a little early for him, but he didn't think that much of it. So he went to the kitchen, made himself a cup of coffee, and went to go get a book or a magazine to read. And as he was going to the coffee table to get a magazine, he noticed the clock under his TV, and it said 4:25 a.m. Ollie was confused. He looked out the window, and it seemed to be bright outside. He looked at the clock, and it said 4:25. He looked over at the clock in the microwave, and it said 4:25. He walked back into the bedroom, and the clock in there said 4:26. Well, I went back to the window and looked, and everything was lit up like day. Although the shadows were a little sharp. Well, I went downstairs and went outside to see what he could see. Other people had come out as well, in their PJs, generally looking confused. Before long, the confusion turned to panic. It's the end of the world. How can there be, why is the sun up at 4 o'clock in the morning? What's going on? Some people were convinced that the Earth's orbit had been disrupted, that there were aliens attacking and throwing our planet out of orbit or something. They didn't know what was going on. Other people were less panicked, but just as confused. Because we take some things for granted, but generally, nighttime should be nighttime, and daytime should be daytime, and it shouldn't just be, the sun just shouldn't be out in the middle of the day. Then I noticed that the light seemed a little odd. He looked up very quickly at the sun, because, you can't just stare at the sun. It looked pretty normal. And I thought, I'm going to risk it. And he actually looked right at the sun for like a second. It was very bright, and his eyes hurt, and it didn't really give him any new information. Then I had an idea. And he's in Baltimore, but if the Earth's rotation had changed, or if there was, we'd been knocked out of orbit and we're heading directly toward the sun or something, that should be affecting things all around the world. So, Ollie called on the phone a friend of his who lived up in Boston. A very sleepy friend named Judy answered the phone. Hey, Ollie. It's kind of a weird time of night to call. Are you all right? I said, I'm not sure. Something weird's going on. But this is going to sound crazy, but it's nighttime where you are. Yeah, it's about 4:30 in the morning. Where are you? Did you get kidnapped or something? I said, no, I'm still in Baltimore, but it's like day here, but you're telling me it's not day there. No, it's the middle of the night here. It's dark. I was sleeping. Hold on, I'll go outside and look, but no, it's still dark here. Okay. Thanks, Judy. I'll call you back in, normal hours and tell you what I figure out. Well, I thought, who else can I think of? I know. And he called a friend, not somebody they knew very well, but somebody in Wilmington, Delaware, who had said, if you ever need anything, call. So I called. Marcus answered, also sleepy. Hey, this is, Ollie, yeah, I remember you from, yeah. Hey, what's going on? Are you all right? It's the middle of the night. I said, yeah, it's hard to wake you up, but something weird's going on. Is it still dark where you are? I said, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a little bit lighter than usual, I guess. It's hard to tell. I'm not usually up this time of night, but I mean, it's still definitely nighttime here. Why? Is it not nighttime in Baltimore? Oh, so that's just it. It's not nighttime in Baltimore. Well, that's weird. Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. It's still dark here. Hold on a second, though. Let me go up onto my roof. So Ollie waited while this guy went up on his roof. I said, well, so I'm looking, I'm by the river, so I know pretty much which way Baltimore is from here. And it does seem like, I mean, there's always light pollution coming out of Baltimore, but it seems unusually bright over kind of to the southwest from me, like more than usual, if that's any help. I said, it is, thank you. All right, I'll let you get back to sleep. Thanks for your help. Yeah, sure. Good luck. I mean, what happened? Oh, excuse me. So Ollie went back into his apartment, grabbed his darkest sunglasses and another pair of sunglasses, and went up to his roof. He thought something's weird's going on here. So he put on both pairs of sunglasses and looked straight at the sun. And from there, well, it didn't look like he's used to the sun looking like. Now, given Ollie doesn't usually put on two pairs of sunglasses and stare straight at the sun, so it's not, he couldn't be completely sure, but it seemed too big, for one thing. And something was off about it. He couldn't quite place what. And, of course, the fact that it was up in the middle of the night. Then Ollie had an idea. He had down in his kit of tools. Well, he has a kit of tools that he brings to most jobs, and then he has a bigger box of, more unusual use tools. And in there was a hunting rangefinder. He went down and he found that, got some fresh batteries for it, and was looking at it, and it had a really long range. He used lasers to kind of, gauge the distance of things. He wasn't sure if it was going to work, but he took it up to the roof, and he pointed it right at the sun, and got a distance on the sun. And it said 7,000 feet. Ollie pointed at a different, up toward the edge. And it also said 7,000 feet. I thought, well, that's not where the sun is. Ollie decided that this was maybe another job to get some help from Harry the Hawk.
Harry. Not Harry.
I said Harry.
Yeah.
So he called. Harry picked up. Ollie, you seeing this? I said, yeah, Harry. Pretty weird. Yeah, it's not daytime yet. This isn't cool. I was trying to hunt some mice. I said, so you were awake when this started? Yeah, I do a lot of nighttime hunting. Yeah, no, just all of a sudden, sun. It was weird. It was very weird. I said, Harry, how high can you fly? I said, I can fly really high. I can get up into the clouds. What about with a passenger? It's harder. I mean, you're pretty light, but I don't know. I said, I don't think that's the sun. I said, what do you mean you don't think that's the sun? I said, I really don't. I want you to go up and fly, off to the side of it. I said, Ollie, what are you talking about? It's in space. That's the thing. I don't think it is. I've called some people in other cities. It's not daytime everywhere. It's just daytime in Baltimore. Or at least every other city I've called, it's still night there. I don't think it's the sun. I think it's some weird giant flashlight thing. All right, all right. Yeah, let me go back to my house. I've got some really dark goggles. I'll let you know when I'm headed toward it. I got a call about 15 minutes later. I said, all right, I'm on my way. I'm going to try and fly toward it, but to the south, I guess. I said, all right, good luck. I said, well, I've already noticed one thing, Ollie. What's that? It's not as hot as it should be. Not this time of year. Huh. I said, interesting. All right. I'll let you fly, but keep me posted. He flew. And as he got further up in the air, he realized that, yeah, this thing was not in space. It was in the sky, and it wasn't that far away. It was higher than he flew on a routine basis, but he kept flying, and he got up. And as he got closer to it, he could see that it really was only bright on one side. And on the back side was some big giant propulsion system of some kind, a cabin. It was a aircraft. It was a spaceship. It was a something. And one whole face of it, just a giant bank of flashlights or something. It was too bright. He couldn't quite tell. So he called Ollie up. Said, Ollie, it's not as high as you think. I'm pretty sure I can get you up here. It's something weird. I don't know what to tell you. I'm coming down to get you. So Harry flew down, picked up Ollie, flew back up, and it was hard to fly that high with Ollie, but he managed to do it. It hadn't been even quite the 7,000 feet that the rangefinder had found. Oh, I thought maybe that the bright lights had messed up the gauge a little bit. So Harry flew up and said, all right, what do you want me to, drop you on it like you usually do? I said, yeah, I guess. So we tossed Ollie. Went around behind it, basically, and it was big. It was a very large thing. I'm going to circle. Let me know if you need support. And Ollie made his way in. Now, the thing was big. Maybe about the size of, I don't know, like a football field, but in a disc shape. It was big, but not huge. Ollie made his way quickly, but it seemed to be, the cabin. And it was a glass-like surface, and Ollie just started banging on it. After a few minutes, it slid open. Inside, well, aliens, Ollie said. The alien held up. It was kind of a bluish-greenish humanoid. It had 3 fingers on its hands. It wore clothes. It didn't have hair exactly, but it had a whole series of fins. It had 2 big eyes, no nose, 2 mouths. All in all, not a terrifying looking thing. And it held up one of its fingers, which was sort of triangle-shaped. Reached over to the back inside the door and put some sort of device on its head. Said, all right, you weren't supposed to find us here. I said, what are you doing here? We're an alien male. Hold on, the translator. No, alien's the right word. We're not from this planet. Is that the right? I said, yeah, no, that's the right word. Okay. Scouts. We're scouts. And we're taking some data on your planet. I said, you're taking data? For what? We're looking to expand. Our planet's getting too crowded. This planet has a lot of the right stuff. But there's just one problem, and you're an example of that. I said, what? It's already full of all kinds of complicated life, including these, I don't know, mostly bald bipedal things all over the surface. Well, all over the surface near the water, anyway. I said, yeah, no, humans, yeah. They're the ones that build all the buildings and stuff, too. Yeah, and you're not one of those? I said, no, I'm technically a sea creature. I'm just an unusual one. Sea, that's your word for, hold on, that's your water? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, look, sorry to bother you. It's not going to work. We don't want to invade another. The humans are intelligent, yeah. They talk like you do, and they build stuff, yeah. I said, yeah, no, they're intelligent. Sometimes it's debatable on some of them, but yeah. I said, all right, yeah, no, we're not trying to like mount an invasion. We're gonna head off. Hey, how did you get here? I said, well, we have creatures that can fly, like on their own. Oh, oh, that's cool. Man, it took us a long time to figure out flight. I mean, like thousands and thousands of years. And you have animals that just fly all by themselves? I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that is cool. I don't have a way to like drop you off on the surface. Do you want to come with us? I said, oh, that's tempting. That is tempting. But no, I've got a whole life here. I think I'd rather stay. It's cool. I've got a ride. I'll just call it. Do you still need to have the light on? You're kind of freaking people out. Freaking people out. You're scaring them. Oh, oh. Yeah, no, we can turn that off. Hey, speaking of not freaking people out, you should probably keep it to yourself that aliens visited the planet and thinking about moving in. I said, yeah, no, I figured I'd just keep it between me and my close friends. The humans are very good at rationalizing things. They'll figure out some sort of normal explanation. They'll forget about you in a couple weeks. All right, good, good, good. Well, hey, what's your name? They call me Ollie. Cool, they call me Glabnor. Nice to meet you. If we're ever in the neighborhood again, maybe we can hang out. I said, yeah, I'd like that. I should probably bring a more sneaky ship next time, though. Yeah, yeah, well, we have sneaky ships. We'll be in touch. So Ollie picked up his phone and called Harry and said, Harry, I'll meet you where you drop me off. Everything's cool. So Harry picked him up. As Harry lifted Ollie off the spacecraft, the light turned off. And he said, whoa, it's night all of a sudden. So what's the deal? So we got to keep it between you and me, Harry, but they're aliens from outer space. But they've decided not to stay. Ah, bummer. That'd have been interesting. All right, am I just taking you home? I said, yeah, I'm going to try to go back to sleep. And I said, yeah. I guess, is that what you do after you meet aliens? You just go back to sleep? Pretend like it's a normal day? I said, you know, I guess so. I don't know, man. Thanks for the help. I'll call you later. Yeah, I'm going to go back get some mice, I guess. And that was the case of Ollie. And the 4 a.m. sun.